everybody. I wanted to redo the pulling ring values video in practice mode, so you didn't have to wait for all that extra stuff. And so we're going to go into pulling ring values with a grid and without a grid. I'll explain the concept and go over it a few times so we can have a look at it. So basically what we're doing is we're going to look at the value of the rings and pulling them. So here, if we look at the grid, look at this. We have 10 rings. From white to white is 10. From clear to clear is 8. From blue to blue is 6. From red to red is 4. And from yellow to yellow is 2. So when we're pulling ring values, we want to talk about two different concepts. One, we want to talk about pulling from the front, and then we want to talk about pulling to the back. And what's going to happen is when you pull your value from the front, you'll be pulling the 0.5 first. So like this is 7.5. So if 8 rings is clear to clear, I set up in the middle, that's 0.5, and I pull to yellow, or to the clear, that's 7.5. If I were to be pulling that to the back, I would start at the edge of clear, and I would pull to the middle in the back, and that would be 7.5. Now let's look at a different ring value. So 9.3. And the same concept here, we're going to pull 0.3 to, oops, let me move back. We're going to pull 0.3 to the edge of white, and that's 9.3, because yellow to yellow is 10. And if we wanted to pull a different value, 6.9, but we want to pull to the back side, we pull 6 across blue to blue and then 0.9 into the clear. So what about low values? Let's say under 4. So, let's look at this. Under 4. Let's say that was 4.8. So I would go to my 0.8 and I would pull red to red, to the edge of red. Or I could pull from the edge of red to the back, that 3.8. Now if I wanted to pull this, let's say the ring value is under 3, and as soon as the timer goes off, we'll do that next. So anything 4 plus, or 3 between 3 and 4, we would pull from the red, right? Anything, because if I had 3.5, I know that half of red and to the edge of red is 3.5, or I know that the edge of red to the middle of red is 3.5, pulling from the front or the back. But let's say I had 2.5. So it's easier to set up here and pull to the edge of blue, right? That's 2.5. Or to set up here and pull to the middle of blue, and that's 2.5. So you want to look at it like this. For 3.0 to 4, you want to pull from red to, it'll be in the red. From 4 plus to 5 plus, you'll be pulling from the edge of, or from, somewhere in blue to the other side of red, or you'll be pulling from red to your stopping point in blue. For 6 rings plus, you're going to be pulling from in clear to the edge of blue, or from the edge of blue to your point, whatever, in clear. For 8 plus, you'll be pulling from either the edge of clear to your stopping point, like 8.5, or you'll be pulling your 0.5 to the edge of 8. And then for 9, anything 9 plus, you'll be pulling from here to 9.5, or you'll be pulling to 9.5 in the back. Let me just get another practice match going here, and we'll talk about pulling more than 10 rings. So when you're pulling more than 10 rings, there's 2 ways to really do it. One way is to pull your odd value first. So let's go here. Let's swap to a low Powerball. And actually, we'll have to swap to this. So we want to pull 11 rings. So I'm going to pull my, on this particular wind, that's not a good spot, I would pull my 1 ring, and then I would come right back down, staking center, and pull my 10 rings, making sure to keep it in line. Now let's say, hold on 1 second. Let's let the timer run out. And let's have a look at the next wind. Now this is a bigger wind, so this will be good. So let's say we want to pull this 13.7. Well, we know 3.7 is from here to there. And I just want to come down middle of the thing and pull my remaining 10. Now you could also do this by pulling your full 10 and then coming down and pulling your 3.7. Same concept, just different ways to pull the 10 rings. Either pulling the 10 rings, the full 10 rings first, and then your partial number, or pulling your partial number, then your 10 rings first. The main thing with pulling 10 rings plus 10 rings is that you want to stay in your center line as much, So like this is 2.7, so I would go to the edge of red, and then keeping center line, I'd go my 10 rings like that. And you can still pull to the back, you could go 2.7, and then pull your 10 that way as well. So both ways work. You just want to make sure you're staying centered, that way you don't pull offline and change your landing position. Now what I'm going to do is turn off my grid, and we'll talk about pulling rings without a grid. So this is a little bit different because you need to use something else to find your endpoint. So a lot of people like to use the edge of the take shot button there. So I say let's say that's my 0.3, and I pull straight down across that, and that gives me my 8.3 rings. See how the edge of the take shot button is actually my guide in that case. That way I'm pulling straight. This does get a little more complicated pulling this way when you're trying to pull 10 plus rings. But if you keep it as centered as possible, sorry, I'll wait for the timer. So if you keep it as centered as possible, and zoom in, keeping the edge of that take shot button with the lined up with the center of the bullseye. Oops. So you would be right, and see how hard it is to pull 10 rings without the grid. You have to actually have the right zoom. So then you just keep that lined up there. That's 10, and then my 2.6 just to the edge of red. So that's the best way to pull rings without a grid. It's about as precise as you're going to get. You can't zoom in too far, or like you saw, you can't pull as many rings because you only have so much room to maneuver. You only have so much room to maneuver pulling down. So like if I was going to pull 8.8 to the top, to the opposite side, I would line up in my clear, and I would pull straight down, keeping it in line to my 0.8. And that's a straight pull. Never mind that the little wind arrow there, it should be the other way. But that's kind of the concept. If you guys are interested and would like to have a Q&A with this, leave comments and we can set up a live stream Q&A for it. If you guys would like to continue to see videos like this about some of the basics of the game, please leave a comment or shoot me a message with things you're interested in. I'd love to hear it. Hope you all have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.